guitar I've had for I think now over 30 years that I actually put together, bolted together out of parts back in 1978, I believe, is my original M1 Tiger. And I say put them together because I'm not a luthier, but I would bolt necks and install pickups and bridges and things like that. Just bolt them together and paint them. But I had guitar students as I taught lessons at little music shops and so forth, and I would bolt these things together for my students, and that's how I would supplement my income. And I learned a lot about how guitars are made and how to make them sound better and play better by doing that. But the Tiger was the first guitar I put together, which is obviously the basis for the M1 Tiger, the Bengal, the LTD version and so forth. And that one has been around the longest. And it's a very simple guitar, and it's solid maple, it's very heavy, and you would think because of that it would be very bright and not warm sounding, but it is. It's very warm sounding, and usually today everybody likes light guitars and porous wood and open grain and all that sort of thing. The Tiger has gone through so many changes and it's been so abused, but it still sounds amazing, better than ever actually. I mean, the older it gets, the better it sounds because it's it's painted with nitrocellulose lacquer, and as that off gases and the vapors evaporate over years and years, it sounds better and better, and the wood dries out and gets older. And I mean, it's had probably half a dozen necks on it. It's had innumerable different pickups on it that I've changed the position of the pickup. It started out as a fixed bridge and then it went to a Floyd, obviously. I've dropped it down flights of concrete stairs. It's fallen out of planes. The first time I took it out of the country, I just freshly painted it and wrapped it in a blanket with bungee cords, put it in the hold of a charter plane, and we flew to Reykjavik, Iceland in the winter. So it was probably like 30 degrees below zero or whatever it was, and it just finished checked because the paint wasn't dry. And I was really bummed at the time. Of course, now I think it's beautiful because you look at the surface of the guitar up close and it's all checked. It's cracked and separated, but it's beautiful. The original Tiger led directly to the Sunburst Tiger, which is basically Kamikaze with the Tiger graphic with a sunburst around the edges, obviously. Reverse banana headstock, but it's maple, just like the Tiger. But it's got the single coil pickup, which is nice. It's something that I've always wanted to put on my Tiger, but I just don't want to mess with the guitar, so I haven't. But it's something I use a lot. Clean parts, so that the guitar isn't such a one-trick pony, so you can do other things with it. Fluid, legato kind of solos, violin tone with the neck position, single coil pickup, sparkly, clean stuff. It's a Kamikaze with a different paint job and a rosewood fingerboard. Yeah, I love the GL56. The first one we did in the early 90s, I think it was, all single coil, distressed, tobacco with a traditional pickup on it, tremolo pickup, but not a Floyd. We sidelined it for a while and then brought it back, and we changed it. We put a humbucking in the bridge, kept the traditional stock bridge, but like the old pre-CBS bent metal bridge, but really high quality metal, and Schaller keys, and very versatile guitar. And I've been able to use it from everything from quasi-metal to obviously blues and clean stuff and everything in between. And it's got a great neck on it. This is just a magical guitar, and everybody that's played it falls in love with it and very happy with it. This is the Skull and Snakes, which I call the Haji. I'm not sure why. This is basically the graphic from the Lynch Mob Wicked Sensation album. It was great artwork, so we figure why not utilize it. It's the guitar that I used on that record as well. Double blade, single coil, a Screamin' Demon, and a recessed Floyd, and these really cool inlays, rosewood neck, and I believe an alder body. It's a very warm sounding guitar. It doesn't have a lot of top to it, but it's very smooth and very warm, and big frets and reverse headstock. It's just one of my main standbys that I always go to. It's either that or the Tiger or the GL56. That's my big three. So the last guitar on the rack is the Super V. It's something we came up with a couple of years ago, and it's all mahogany, high quality mahogany. And it's got a P90 pickup in the neck and a custom wound humbucking in the bridge. It's got a Tune-O-Matic bridge and a hooker headstock, which is something I came up with. It's kind of my own design for a headstock that I ripped off from someone else, I'm sure. And it's a dark sounding guitar, really warm, because of the mahogany. Came in two finishes, a flat black and a translucent cherry red. Well, the reason I stayed with ESP for over 25 years now, there's something about me where I love staying committed to relationships, to situations and to people, whether it's my band, label, anybody I work with in the business. And it's the same with ESP, and actually they've given me a lot of leeway as far as designing guitars. We've had a lot of success and made a lot of people happy building really cool quality guitars that have endured for decades, which is quite an accomplishment.